What up? Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are in the world. Yes, it's me, April Love, here in Boston, wishing you a blessed time. Truly hope you find reasons to smile, laugh, enjoy life. Night Strix, what up? Hit that like button. And don't worry, I'm still working on it. I haven't been able to get a chance to sit down and put the finishing touches, but I will. I promise you. I don't really have much left to do. Are you paying attention? I just keep looking at it and I'm like, still deciding if it's done or not. But as soon as it's done, I'll let you know. What's bugging me a little bit, right, is the second owl head. I don't really like the position, or I feel like there's something about it that's bothering me. So, I feel like the second owl looks like a penguin. Oh, I'm not. That's why I'm not doing anything like impulsively. I just keep looking at it and this like when it's usually when it's done, the painting itself lets me know it's done. I just feel like I could do a little bit of touch up. So but yeah, it's almost there. Not too much left to it. What I really like is the contrast between the owl and the waterfall that I put in it. It really does look like they're like up close to the camera with the waterfall, far enough back. Yay! Inching back down though, and I think that's because I really haven't been doing much the past week. So I went from 15 to 11, 1,015. No, I went from 1,018 and over the past week it went down to 1,011. So I've lost at least 7. But my intention is to get back into it this week. Last week I was just having a really rough patch, mentally and emotionally. Friday I went to get my hair cut, and I spent all of Friday trying to uplift myself, and the weekend trying to just lift myself back up. For sure. I'm happy for that, or else I wouldn't be able to do this. I just need to get monetized. I need to find a way to make some extra money. Like, I need something to happen soon because I think I'm gonna be getting rid of my Jeep eventually because I can't afford to keep fixing it. I spent more than I was intending on spending last week fixing the power steering pump. Um, they put a new belt on it, but today, when I started it to come to work, it was screeching again. Um, there's a couple of other things that are going on with it that I just don't have the money to fix. My husband, he's not doing that great. He's not in the hospital. I don't really know how his stomach is doing, but in general, he's not doing that well. He he really needs to be here. He really needs to be able to start his life. We need to be able to start our life, and he needs more than I need my car. He needs to start. He needs his life. You know. So, and unfortunately, everything I need to do costs money. And that's why I keep desperately trying to sell my. Not even desperately. I'm like I should be pushing it more than I have. But I've been trying to sell my paintings through Facebook Marketplace. Um, Trying to figure out where to look for like jobs that I could do from home. People keep telling me I should just go look for another job. And as much as I need more money, my biggest thing right now is I need to figure out how to make this work for me. I really need to figure out how to make this work for me. But I gotta keep my mind positive. I need to keep my mind clear. You know? Because if I keep focused on what I don't have, it's gonna stay that way. And I eat candy bar. I need to work on my health again. But yeah, I know it's been a while since I've done a live stream, so I figured I need to come on. Last week I was, not just emotionally and mentally, but physically I was just out of it, and it was probably because of my depression. Um, but this weekend I did a little cleaning. I got my hair cut. um, I really made this a weekend of trying to just uplift myself. You know, Friday, while I was doing some cleaning, I threw on some Kenny Loggins, which is, you know, someone that, the music, every time I've listened to his music, it puts me in a better mind space, a better mindset. So, and I did start to record Friday, and then I never got back to it. Because I was intending to, um, I was intending to work on a few things, but because of the heat and how hot it was in my house, like to do anything, like to move, my house is just, even with the AC on, it's just as hot and as humid as it is outside. So, I'm just gonna keep it on for a little while, and so I really need to try to make it through this shift. I wanted to start the Next Love Live track this weekend. This weekend, I was gonna do it today, Sunday, but it didn't happen. Hopefully Monday, today, tomorrow, um, I'll be able to start it. And I know most of the people that watch me probably don't know this person, but the Next Love Live track is gonna be for a young guy named Adam Sulla. He he was one of the first YouTubers I ever started watching, and one of the first to inspire me to pick up the camera. So, go for at least 25 minutes. We're at 15 now, so see who else comes in. If you're just coming in, make sure you hit that like button. If you watched it this far in, leave me a comment. If you want to support this channel or check out anything else I'm doing, you can check out all my links in the description. I post throughout social media on a regular basis. And if you're not following me on Facebook or on Instagram or whatever, make sure you do, because I am very active on those on a regular basis. Whether I'm posting a photo, or sharing some kind of post, retweeting something, um, because if I'm not making a video, I'm doing something somewhere. So if you like my content here, you'll like my content elsewhere. Also, if you want to support a bit more of what I do, I got aloveproductions.com, where there's t-shirts, mugs, and hats that I've put some designs on. Go find something that speaks to you. And if you just want to give a kind donation to my journey to getting my husband here to help me pay down debt, to pursue this as a means, financial mean. I do have a PayPal for donations as well. And if you're a business, if you're looking to sponsor me, you want to talk business, I do have an email at the very top of my description. So again, please feel free to contact me or support me any way you would like. I need something to happen with my car. There's my baby right there. I love my Jeep. When it runs well, I feel happy as anything. When it's in the condition that it's in now, I just want to cry. Somebody posted, someone on Instagram posted a picture of my dream Jeep, and I couldn't help but message them and go, thank you, you just made my day. That Jeep is, you're showing my dream Jeep, and just to see it makes me smile. I really need to step up my game. I need to get refocused. Although, the last Love Lift track, I made it for a guy named Gary V. He's a big motivational speaker, popular at the moment, right? And what's funny about him, I watched a video recently of him, uh, somebody asking him, how do you get refocused? How do you focus on more than one thing? He's like, don't worry about it. Hey, Cheshire. um, I'm doing alright, doing a little bit better than last week. So I figured I'd come on. Um, but yeah, so somebody asked Gary Vaynerchuk, Gary V, what, how do you get refocused? How do you zone in and focus on one thing? And Gary V was like, what's focus? Why do you have to focus on one thing? He's like, I'm one of the most unfocused MFers that you meet. He's like, I'm one of the most focused people you'll ever come across. He's like, that's part of being an entrepreneur, because, you're not just focused on one thing. He's like, I do this, I do that, I focus on this, I work on this, I'm doing this. I'm one of the most focused people you'll ever, he's saying, like, I'm doing all these multiple things, but I'm not focused solely on one of them, Yeah, last week was a big struggle, mentally, emotionally, physically. Um, I'm trying to just get my mind right, and I spent this weekend just trying to really, you know, push myself back up a little bit, because I'm concerned for my husband, I'm concerned for my vehicle, you know. I really need to find a way to get either monetized or a sponsor, or I need to find a way to make some. I want to work from home. If I'm not gonna get a regular, 9 to 5 job, another job, or better paying job, I need to find something where I can work from home. Because I really need, financially, I really need something to change, something to happen. But I'm trying to reset my energy and reset my mind. So I'm very concerned for my husband, and I have no money to go see him. I have no money to start the immigration process. And if you've seen my videos, you know what the situation with my car. I did get stuff fixed last Thursday, and I still have problems with it. I'm getting very close to letting go of the Jeep, because it's just gonna break down. It's gonna break down very soon. I know it. And once it breaks down, that's it. Thank you. And I have you in my prayers as well. Everybody, even if you may not feel like you need personal prayers in your life at the moment, I'm always thinking of everybody. I want everybody to succeed. I want everybody's situation, whatever it may be in a better place. I do believe what, all the spiritual and law of attraction people and motivational speakers talk about there's enough in the world for all of us. So I pray that we all get our share. And if you're dealing with any health issues, I pray that you get healed. And cashier, your donation went to good use. I made sure that I made an extra payment to one of my credit cards. Um, so, you know, I truly, truly am grateful and I appreciate it. Don't worry about it. I'm the same way. One of my cousins is doing a school supplies drive for the local schools. I'm trying to figure out how I can do my own little donation to that. Last year, I bought one backpack. I found one for like $7 or something like that. And then bought like dollar, you know, like stuff that was on school supplies that was on sale. And just filled the backpack. Yeah, I think last year I got the stuff at one of my local supermarkets. Cause I randomly saw the school supplies, and when I saw the backpacks, I was like, let me see how much they are. And I came across one that had a $7 tag on it. I was like, can't beat that. And then I spent maybe another $10 filling it with pens and notebooks and a couple, just enough supplies for the backpack. So starting this week, I'm gonna try to get back into really like really working on my try to get a couple of videos in this week. For sure. For sure. That's why even with my stuff, I tell people even if you can't help me on a financial level, which is fine because I know a lot of people are in the same boat as me. You know, whether you're living check to check or, you know, your finances are not where you need it to be. You know, even if you just share a video, one of my videos that you like, or you follow me and support me on my other on the other platforms. You know, Facebook, YouTube, not YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. You know, because the more people spread the word of my channel, of course, that's how my channel's gonna grow and that much closer to me being monetized or getting to the point that, you know, I might be able to get sponsored. Because even if I don't get the watch hours right off the bat, if my subscriber count at least starts to grow, you know, that will start to get the attention of someone that wants to sponsor me, because then it's obviously that even if I'm not getting to a point of monetization yet, people are at least coming to check out what I'm posting. You know, so but yeah, I figured tonight I should come back to live stream. I want to do a 24-hour stream challenge, even though I know YouTube only does 8 hours at a time. But I'm afraid that the stream that I want to do, YouTube might cause me to get a strike. I mean, it's not anything dangerous or anything like that, but I want to do a 24-hour challenge of sharing and watching videos of my favorite YouTubers to show love to them, and just to do a 24-hour challenge. And that would be a 24-hour challenge that I feel like I could actually do. And what I would want to do is share the screen so people can check out the video as well. Hello to whoever just came in. Hit the like button. Thank you for stopping in. Foodie, what is up? What's up, girl? How you doing? I'm still love, and I'm still alive. How you doing? Work as well. And I know you see what I post, you know. Well, you've seen my updates on Instagram, so you got a little idea what's been going on with me. So, um, last week was a tough one. This weekend, I was trying to pull myself out of, the mental, emotional part. Um, this week, I'm hoping to be in a better, keep focusing on being in a better mindset. Yeah, last week it was like last week it was a mixture of things. It's like the toll of not having the money I need to take care of things like my car and my debt and trying to get my husband here. And then finding out, I think it was Thursday actually, that I found out that my husband was in the hospital for 3 days with stomach issues. Even my mother in law, who's up in New Hampshire, she was trying to find out more information to tell me. And they weren't giving her too much information. They think it was just food poisoning or something. Um, but my husband, I don't, not just because of the stomach issues, but in general, I know his health is not 100%, and I know we really need to figure out how to get him here. You know, he needs, you know, I gotta figure it out. And then, the situation with my Jeep. I got some stuff fixed last week, and I'm still having problems with it. And I'm very much starting to contemplate letting it go because, you know, every time I have to put money into fixing the Jeep, it just takes away from saving money for Everything else I need. 116,000. And it's like 22 years old too. So last week I got the power steering pump power steering pump fixed. They changed the belt. I think they fixed a couple of wires. That was caused supposedly one of the reasons that the idling, the throttle kept revving up. The RPMs kept revving up. Um, they fixed something else that was kind of on the minor side, the cheap side. They gave my AC a temporary charge because I really need a new AC pump. I've needed that for like 2 years, but that's like $500 to get, right around 500 just to get fixed. And but they managed to charge it, and they said you might have it for a couple of days, you might have it for a couple of weeks. If I could get. Luckily, it was enough for me to use it yesterday when I went food shopping. It gave us just enough relief in the car to get back and forth from the house to the supermarket and back. Because I know in New York, it's just, I know, throughout the country, it's been like massively hot and humid and very uncomfortable. Even with the AC on in my house, it doesn't cover the whole apartment. It's like if I leave my room, it's like I get hit with a wall of heat and heat. So but did manage to go food shopping. And even though one of the other things I've been having the belt, the the belt in the car, the power steering belt or whatever belt it is. I don't know which one it is, but I've had an ongoing issue with that since last year. Every time they go to fix it, like a day or two later, it starts chirping again. This year they had fixed not only that, but they also fixed the the pulley. They replaced the pulley and put another new belt on. And a couple days later, the chirping started again. Again, this last uh, Thursday they put on a new belt. Today it came when I turned the car on to come to work. It started chirping. It was loud and screeching again, chirping again. So that's messed up. Yeah, I feel bad for my mother because she doesn't have an AC in her room. She's just using a fan. We have two portable ACs. I have one in my room, and then there's a slightly bigger one in the living room. But our living room area is the size of two rooms, so it doesn't really fill the whole room up. The having it in a bedroom is one thing. Having it in a large living room is another. But that's the other thing. If I didn't have to worry about paying down my credit cards, I would have bought my mother an AC already. If I wasn't so concerned on, paying down my debt so I can start, one, just to pay it down, and two, to start the immigration process again for my husband. I still get offers, and I'm like, dude, no, I got too many. I have too many, and I need to pay them down. I don't even know if I would qualify, but I'm even contemplating getting a personal loan to pay them down, pay them off, and so I can start the process for immigration. Yeah, but I think that's my only dilemma, because even if I pay down the credit cards, then then I redirect those payments to the loan. You know, that's one of the reasons why I haven't. It's because on one side it makes a little bit of sense, because if I pay down my debt with the loan, hopefully the payments would be equal or less than what I was already paying on my credit cards. But as long as I don't mess with my credit cards too much, I should be able to pay down the loan. I just redirect what I was paying to the credit cards to the loan to pay it down. I hear you. That's one of the reasons why I don't want to go back to school. I don't want to deal with loans. Yeah. But I gotta figure something out. I need to find a way to make money from home. I need to start grinding harder on my social media and building my audience and trying to get monetized. So God willing, everything will align. Everything's gonna work out. No, my watch hours were going up, and but because I haven't posted much in the last week, they've gone back down again. I was at I was at almost 4,000 minutes, which I think equates to almost almost 1,000 hours, I think. Wait, it's going back down again. And I've gone from 8,018 subscribers down to 1,011 in the past week. So I'm lucky to be, I'm happy and grateful to be above 1K still. But, because I wasn't active in the last week, it's gone down again. Yeah. Doesn't help that stupid people do stupid things on social media that forces, the platforms to change their rules and regulations. And what's worse is some of those people that are doing stupid things on video, they're still monetized, they're still on the platforms. I mean, some of these things that on one side it's understandable that they want to change rules and regulations, but that person that caused it or those people should have been banned or they should have been completely demonetized or completely, you know, shunned, not shunned maybe, but really should have, something they shouldn't be able to be at the same position that they are. Maybe they lost sponsors, maybe they're not making as much money as they did, but they shouldn't be able to continue to capitalize, you know, you know. But I gotta figure out something because as much as I need more money, I really don't want to be looking for another, regular 9 to 5 job. I need something where I can work from home, or I need to figure out how to make this work for me. It's gonna give us a couple more minutes and then I'm gonna end it. I'm glad I got a couple people come in tonight. Really appreciate it. True, but but if they're the thing is, if you're so concerned about what this person is doing, you ban them and you help. You know, if you got people monitoring, and looking at channels, You help the ones that you can tell that are more sponsor friendly, more commercial friendly, or censor friendly. Because you don't, you obviously don't want some of the attention that, some of these bigger YouTubers are creating. Because at the same time, as much as they want the money to come in, you know, that big YouTuber, those big YouTubers do something that otherwise would have they would have got arrested for, could have probably would have gone to court for something made, whatever the case may be, you know, like the Logan Paul thing, right? He probably should have got kicked off. I mean, he did lose sponsors. He did get cut from the the premium AdSense or whatever it was, where he was making, um, you know, thousands of dollars per video or whatever. Like he got kicked down to, like, you know you know compared to what he was making, he was kicked down considerably, you know, on that realm. But he has enough of a following that, you know, he stays financially okay, right? But then you take someone like Keenstar that supposedly, supposedly he got flack for that other YouTuber slash gamer streamer guy that committed suicide recently. You know, from the little bit that I saw, not that I follow any of it, some of it was popping up in my feed, and I try to avoid those things at all costs. But, when I saw that, he was possibly, maybe not necessarily to blame, but he didn't help the situation. And why isn't he getting you know, whether he was joking in what he was saying or whatever, it just makes me think of the case that recently went on where the girl got convicted for encouraging her ex-boyfriend to kill himself, and he did. He was expressing wanting to hurt himself, and she encouraged it, and in whatever she did via text or online or whatever, and he ended up taking his own life. And then with that other YouTuber, I don't remember what his name was. You might know about it because he was from New York. He jumped off the bridge or something like that in New York. I don't know if it was the Brooklyn Bridge or. But supposedly the kid was on. I forget what his name is. It's not a YouTuber or streamer that I was familiar with. But some of the YouTubers that I watch was familiar with him, and even met the guy once or twice. But the guy supposedly kind of like Fousey was you know dealt with some kind of mental illness, and he was on a stream with Keemstar. You know who Keemstar is, right? The drama alert guy, the dude that looks like a redneck. All right, well, Keemstar is like the TMZ. I think he's worse than the TMZ of YouTube. He basically pulls out all he's like the tabloid of YouTube. Let's put it that way. Because technically, I don't see TMZ as technically tabloidish. Maybe they borderline on that, but I feel like TMZ has become more of an entertainment entity where it's not, they're not just, bad, showing the negative. Sometimes they show positive stuff too. So, I think TMZ's become more of an entertainment thing than a full-on tabloid thing. But Keemstar is like the tabloid of YouTube, right? Where he talks about all the other YouTubers' downfalls and talk you know provokes drama and you know no problem. But so this kid that was on the stream with him before he took it, you know, the guy that took his life, he has a weird name. It's Kalika or something like that. I forget what the guy's name was. But anyway, supposedly he was on stream doing a audio thing, um, an audio. He called up Keenstar or whatever, and they were talking via phone or whatever. And you know, I think they got on the subject of mental health or whatever. And Keenstar, like I said, whether it was jokingly or just to provoke a reaction, told the guy, jump off a cliff, whatever. Cause like I don't know the whole thing, cause I didn't really follow it. I didn't really get too deep into it. But soon after, the kid ended up jumping off a bridge or something. From what I think that's what happened. He jumped off either the Brooklyn Bridge or one of the bridges in New York. So, and when I heard that, I go, if whatever Keenstar said, if there's any truth that that might have provoked the dude to actually do it, Keenstar should have been arrested. Because there was a case. I think it was in Massachusetts. Like I said, the girl got arrested and is actually serving time because she was found guilty of um, encouraging her boyfriend to take his own life, knowing that he was unstable, and she was held responsible for him following through on it. So, I forget why I brought all that up. Oh, the whole drama stuff on YouTube and how some YouTubers need to be you know, taken off the platform. You know, and something like that, that's something that should have got Keemstar taken off of YouTube. You know, because, you know, he, this kid is not the only person that, yeah, because this is not the first person that I know of that Keemstar has, um, has, what's the word? Either bullied, not that, I don't know if it's bullied or harassed or, um, he's, this kid that took his life, he's not the first person Keemstar has said or persuade or played with the person's head or, you know, created more drama for the person than it needed to be, you know, because Keemstar does have, just like all the other big YouTubers, he's got a big following, you know, and he uses that platform in a way that, you know, that from what I've heard and seen, because again, I don't subscribe, I don't really follow him. Every now and again, YouTubers I know get, you know, a story from them get picked up. Like even the kid, like I said, the dude, FuzzyTube. You know, FuzzyTube had a very public mental breakdown last year. And there was a point where he called out Keemstar to his face and was like, you know, I almost killed myself because of you. Because of the things that you used to say about me. You know, and again, I'm sure other YouTubers have come out and said the same thing. You know, it's one thing to keep the, you know, it's one thing you want to have, you know, I guess you can say a healthy variety of videos on the platform, where some are like the drama, tabloidish, TMZ type style or Entertainment Tonight style, and, you know, but also have the positive, you know, family friendly content as well. But when they cross certain thresholds, you know, if you're really worried about your, you know, your sponsor, the people, you know, the advertisers, if you're really concerned about the advertisers, if you're really concerned about, um, you know, people, you know, big companies wanting to sponsor, you know, creators and all that stuff, it's kind of like, what image are you really trying to put out there? You know, do advertisers really want to support someone like Keemstar? You know, do they really want to, you know, support the drama of Logan Paul or whoever? Or the outrageous, you know. It's one thing to do extreme pranks and extreme, you know, wild and crazy things that people want to watch, but you have to be smart about to what extent, you know. Comes down to ethics, really, and morals. Anyway, I probably said more than I should have, because I'm not trying to bash anybody. Everybody do what they're gonna do. It's just I feel like, I don't know. I'm still in a weird place mentally or so. Anyway, I think as much as I don't want to end it the way that I'm about to, because I feel like I'm ending it slightly on a negative note, I'm just glad that I actually came on and I had a couple of my peoples come in. Had you foodie, thank you. I had cashier, and night streaks. So got a couple of my supporters, my peoples and stuff. I'm gonna try to come on tomorrow night. We'll see if it happens. Um, and I am gonna try to get at least a couple videos out this week. So stay tuned. Keep an eye out. Of course, I'm about to end it, and somebody else comes in. Who is it? Before I end it, say hello. Somebody else just came in, so let me see who it is. Alright, so if you're not going to say anything, I'm just going to end it. Once again, thank you for those that came in. Thanks for those that come in and watch this after the fact to the end. Again, any and all support is welcomed and appreciated. Check my links for all my social media, my PayPal, aloveproductions.com, and my email for business inquiries. Um, with that, I will hopefully see you tomorrow with another video or stream. Until then, as always, like, love, share, and inspire. Don't forget, love is everything. I will see you next time. And just know, prayers out to everybody. Love out to everybody. Much love.